episode of Near the Curse Talk Show. I am your host, Ethel, and I'm so happy that you're here to join us today. And so on today's show, we have a special guest who's no other than Mr. Cosmas Andwe, who's popularly known as Logic. And so on today's show, we're going to look at the topic, which is relationships, marriages, and social media. So he's going to take us through this topic. So we pray that you listen carefully and follow whatever that is going to happen here. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, so I believe we are all aware of the reason why we are here. So we are looking at the topic, relationships, marriages, and social media. That's our topic, relationships, marriages, and social media. So, of course, I know we take relationships differently, we take marriages differently, we take the thing of social media differently. Some people use social media for productive things, and some decide to use it for other things, and some for both, yes, still. And so, we're going to learn from here about how best we can, if at all it's important to enter into a relationship, marriage is important, social media things, are they okay? Alright? So that's what we are going to be looking at. And so, as we start, I'll be asking some of the questions to you, our guests. So you're going to be responding, yes. Because we believe that you are the able person. You are the able person, yes. At least we know you have been in a relationship and you are married, of course. And so we're going to ask some questions of which you're going to respond to. The questions are not so difficult questions. But anyway, I know you can answer even the most difficult questions. Alright, and so to ask, there will be a time, we'll be given some chance to ask just a few questions. So let's prepare those questions as we start. Alright. So to begin with, we take love issues differently. We respond to love matters differently. So I want us to just briefly highlight to us how should love issues be approached. Because some people are entering into relationships out of a broken relationship. And so they are going to have a different approach towards the relationship that they are entering in, with, of course, their own different mindset. And so I just want you to highlight and to ask, what approach should we take when we want to enter into a relationship? Or about love matters, how should we approach them? That's my question. Is it clear?
Hi again. Unfortunately, you may not be able to experience the person that all of you are expecting, because the conversation that we are going to have really needs for all of us to be very serious. Are we together? And I'd love to make this very, very clear at the very beginning so that you can prepare your mind for some transformation that might help you on your way up. You know what I mean? So, first things first, I am not the ultimate solution to your questions, but I really hope that I can be used as a vessel to really convey some of the things that I understand as an individual and in my personal experiences, right? So do not think that whatever answers I give is the only solution. Whatever may have worked for me may not work for you. But either way, we have to talk about whatever it is that we're supposed to talk about so that we can also have options as we get to choose. Because based on someone's experience, you can pick one or two things that can be able to assist you. Are we clear? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, there are quite a number of things that you can put into consideration every single time you are approached by a different person who's who's unique from the other person that you were with, or if at all you're in a relationship, there's certain things that you will have to look at or you will have to consider before you can say I do. Because usually after I do, it's like you are caged for the rest of your life. You will have to cling on to one person. So if they have some sort of problems that don't relate or you are not happy about them, you will have to live with that for the rest of your life. First things first, there's no perfect partner for you. There's never going to be a perfect person for you. Compatibility is the most ignored conversation in every love life. My wife and I are two different people. She's quite outspoken. So, as an introvert, I have to live with the fact that my wife is not an extrovert like I am. So, in that context, just by existence, we are not compatible. Because I want someone that's not a story neither, for example. You understand? But the fact that we're two different people living in two different worlds, I have come to realize that there's never going to be a partner as perfect for you, not even described or prescribed in the Bible. And there's no manual to these things. So we have to learn to live with the things that our partners are not are different. So, for example, like I've said, I speak a lot, my wife doesn't. So we need to strike a balance between mitigating the two differences that we have. We have to learn to love each other differently. Everyone has got an ideology on how it be. Maziwa chatile nkangana cheuja. Nikamwona che no amen. But when you get close, our physical looks are far different from the reality. I met Carol on social media. She sent me a friend request.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Never thought of that.
Yes. And the first day we met, we spoke, I think we were speaking, she used to have a lot of insomnia then. But now, life happened. Alright? So when we met, she asked me if I could marry her.
Really? So she started first. That's what you mean here. Oh, wow. Interesting.
It was the first day that we met. So there are certain traits that you're going to find very interesting about your partner. And there's one thing about this love thing that all of you want to like yourselves about. The truth that you will have to continue accepting something that you said yes to. Consistency. I can be in love with you, but I may not be in love with some of the things that you do. Sometimes for social media now, I posted a video in a boxer. It is a sort of lifestyle I've chosen for myself, but is it a good representation for the partner I'm with? But what choice do they have? They have to live with that. So you will have to continue compromising on certain qualities that you were looking for in a man, certain qualities that you were looking for in a woman, certain qualities that you... And eventually, you get to find that, but there were certain things that made you attracted to that person way before. You know what I mean? So those are some of the good things that you continue looking at every single time you think your partner is not right for you, you think your partner. And then, life happens to everybody. Even you, the person that you get married to or the person that you are going to marry is not going to be the right partner for you. But you will have to make things right.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. There is an interesting story there. So the question that I have for you next is, what should be the purpose of entering into a relationship? because people enter into relationships for different reasons as of now. So what do you think is the overall purpose of one entering into a relationship?
To make babies.
Oh wow. A relationship to make babies. I thought we enter into marriage to make babies and not into relationship to make babies.
Till you church, and a lot of us are hypocrites. Pretty much hypocrites. All of us stand in front and preach. When we step out of that door, we are all different human beings. The reality out there is very, very far from what we portray in church. Timabana na long dresses, but put my Lord basic. So okay. I want to believe this is a youthful session.
Yes, it is.
Are we together?
Yes, it is.
And please do not misquote me. I am aware that we're in church. But let's address the elephant in the room. The only reason why a man is going to propose to a woman is not because she's beautiful. Sometimes it's not even because we want to spend the rest of our lives with you. Remember hit and run?
Yes. We've had a
We only stay sometimes because we see our mothers in you. So you play a very key role for yourself. A representation of the true you is going to earn you a lot of advantages if you're a good person and disadvantages if you are an I don't care person. So, all of us enter into relationships to check if this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life. Yes? Yes? Maybe we're going to my reasons then. Guys, yes?
What is?
Okay? But there are others that are just going to enter a relationship because Christmas smells nice. There are a lot of things. I can give you a whole list of different reasons why people enter into a relationship. Someone is just going to. Carol sent me a request because of a profile picture that I had on social media. How many have seen in Foot? Foot, that series that we did. It was once my profile picture. And then she said, I like your TV. I'm not embarrassing her, obviously, but I'm being factual as we converse. You know what I mean? So a lot of different things and reasons can attract you to an individual. But sustainability of the true you is what makes all of us either unique or get married. So the reasons for getting in a relationship is because sometimes some guy smells nice, sometimes he's just handsome, sometimes she is beautiful, she's got a very good shape. Those are some of the reasons why guys. He's the only one who has agreed with me. Last. You know what I mean? And others just like because you are heavy and small, and you know what I mean? And I think I can get that from Capricorn. But you understand what I mean, yeah? So there are a lot of different reasons and facts that make people get into. I hope I've answered the question. Please, if you're not satisfied, you can know so that yeah.
Are we satisfied? Maybe that is not good.
Are we happy? Okay.
Okay, so he was saying some of the reasons that people enter into relationship, for those that are not clear, so he said some people enter into a relationship because they've seen the outward look of a person. Because oh, this person looks so nice, or maybe this person smells nice, and then they will feel, I want to be in a relationship with this person.
Wait, so no one, people didn't understand that.
Yeah, maybe you can say it again.
Guys. Nani ushongwe? Nuyo aste nuyo. Oh, si aste no ni sashi. Sorry, officer.
All right. The other question that I want to ask is that if we enter into a relationship for whatever reason, so, but I believe in most cases, some people would enter into a relationship because they are looking obviously for a marriage partner. They want to look for somebody that they want to spend the rest of their lives with.
Yeah, so those are the people that are ready. Others enter for a lot of different reasons, like I said.
Yeah.
So this conversation is general because we don't have specific people we're addressing. We have people that just want to try out what a relationship feels like. We have people that are about to get married. We have people that are, going into another relationship because their previous one had some bad experiences. So they're quite a number, they're vast. So that is why we're not addressing a specific target audience.
All right, thank you. And so, since some of the reasons that people enter into a relationship is that they want to look for a married partner, so do you think it's best that they tell somebody about their relationship? And if so, who should that be? Because sometimes you enter into a relationship, maybe I'll first of all tell my best friend. Some people decide to tell their parents, and some people still have mentors whom they look up to, who would advise them in their relationship. So is it a good idea, first of all, to approach somebody if you are in a relationship, to let them know about your relationship? And then is it okay to have somebody to look up to, a mentor, or who should you tell, a pastor, a friend, or how's the best way to go about this?
Okay, there's no particular person who decides what rules apply. You've gotten that, yeah? There's no one who's going to say, in every relationship, these are the rules. Like I have said, it's tricky to have this conversation because all of us have got different reasons, right? But as human beings, we have companions, we have colleagues, we have friends, best friends that we love to share our lives with. So if I'm excited, I say quite a number of things, but to specific people, not just every person I meet on the road. So I'm gonna, for example, naenda somewhere wapitaka gigi uroka 50p. The first person I'm going to call is Garo. Mwaje? Then I'm gonna naenda dine naenda so. You know what I mean? And I'm excited for us because what this man is going to do is this. And what this means is a milestone for us. But if I don't want to address the issue to my partner, or I just want to inform somebody, I can always have somebody I can confide in, like a friend or colleague. But there's this random thing that in terms of judging and managing my own. I developed a habit of confiding in strangers. You just meet a stranger. They don't even know you. Commander, I don't care what you do with this information, but I think it becomes pass. If it were you, what would you do? From then you never even meet again. Even if they go and tell your story, they don't even know your name. You know what I mean? You'll always be a reference point, but they can't know who the person they were talking to is. Usually it happens, we go together, that's the point. You know what needs to happen? Somebody can give you an honest advice without judging you because they are speaking from a stranger's point of view. You understand?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're talking about telling somebody that you can confide in. Okay, so now I believe from what you say, what you mean is that there are times you open up to somebody that you know. Maybe you think they might help you, but then they may not will help. Instead, they will make your stories and oh, so you heard what happened to this person. It's this, so that's the fear that people have in telling somebody that they know, right?
Yes. And also, As youths, there's so much that we are missing these days. A secret is not a secret if you tell someone. Alright? Because she's going to tell me a secret and then I'm going to tell Maxwell, boy, Ian goes and secret. Or you know, when Maxwell goes to explain to another person, like about Cosmas and his secret, Mike, you see what Maggie does? Maggie gets the story and said, boy, I can't secret child. Already, the gravity of the secret, the term secret, is slowly losing its weight as the information continues to be passed on to the next person. Before you realize it, the last person will be saying, boy, unambe na Mike na mimba. Ana news as Max. You get the sense?
Yes.
When I confided in Max in confidence, or when she confided in me in confidence, it goes on like that. So we have to be very careful. Even me, my wife tells me stuff like, Mashti, Iyenkuza in secret. Musakauze komuntu. You understand? And then I'm a loud mouth. So I'm really saying a lot of secrets that she told me not to tell people. So that's how human beings are designed. So confiding in people, let's have a discernment spirit. No. Also, when you're confiding in someone, just know that one day your story is going to go out there. So there's no person who's ever going to keep your secret, no matter how much of best friends you have. Because one day mzaka yambana, angapisunge for 10 years. Akabakumbu but ujabena mchitira, anani nubianya mani. Amboshimika, all your stories that were buried are risen again, and then you find that your secrets are everywhere.
Okay, so and then when your secrets are everywhere, what do you think is the danger then? What's maybe the worst thing that happens? Of course, your secrets have already been on. Then what next? What will be the danger of all that?
So as human beings, we handle pressure or plights or predicaments differently. Kulibenango, they resort to drinking. Others resort to abuse of different toxic substances that are out there. Others bow down and worship. Others create a war room. So it's as human beings, as we, the people that are seated here, all of us have got different responses to problems. So like I have said, I'm going to continue being as general as possible so that I don't tackle a specific, because then if I talk about a specific kind of person, not everybody is going to relate. It's like I'm talking to a specific person. It doesn't mean anything to you because I'm addressing her. You know what I mean? So, but how much that reacts different. And in most cases, others even get mentally disturbed because you believe that you want to first time you then have chosen a secret. Others even commit suicide. Others even never get normal again. You know what I mean? So we must always be very careful as we reveal our secrets to people, because these things can take a turn on us and then we can never be the same again.
All right, thank you so much. So you are married. So here we have married people. Let me just okay, those that are married, let's raise hands.
Those that are married,
we have people that are married here. So we want them to learn. We don't want to base this specifically to relationships.
Offside, you're married.
So we want those that are in marriages to learn something here. Okay. So with regards to marriage, okay, I want to believe that, I know, since you've said when two people come together, they are of different things, different nature, and so this one has got their own preferences, this one loves this one loves that. Okay, and so my question then is, to the married, of course, they may happen to have differences. Maybe because they are of different nature.
Not to plan that they have differences.
Oh, they have differences. I'm not in marriage, sorry. I'm not married. Okay, so Mama Kala number difference, Mama Kala number difference. And so how best then do you handle those differences? Maybe kumangala kuna differences, maybe mweka na mweka you can handle, and then I want to believe that kumangala kona ina nguyako, but maybe zavu yako umunao. So how best do you handle differences in marriage?
I'll be specific to my marriage. Okay? But speak about I'm revealing Magagabatafuta roho. Unachuza timadamu wako. Ndio mkayambana mma isotimia so hiyo. Hii video mkaendo post taipati mkachwa sema.
We are posting everything. No. We are sure of confidentiality.
I have trust issues. Remember, when a secret is a secret, but in due choice, and afterwards, it's no longer a secret. But specific to this conversation is the issue of sorting out issues. Usually, what happens in homes is that from nothing, if you're married, your wife or your partner kulichema badili bantu banabadi bache kuri muntu once a child because once a child in same way they can't even come context mwamena hili aza kuenda mtu akufunza what do you want to eat or supper. Okay? Because in that moment men have got a box that has nothing in it. So we can be quite thinking about nothing. Okay, and then a question like that comes up. Then I'm thinking of what I want to eat. And then yellow back about. So ni kama naye masimu yangu. Okay, I know. I'm trying to think. No, mimi ngasikia na kwanza bajapenda kukusina. You understand? By nature, women want things to be done quicker. So, and by nature, men want to think. Men want to reason. That is why you find that in communities there's kulichana but mashukuru every day. Kuseni na mazuri wama karache pachimtengo but check in case pakampando doing nothing or maybe listening to a radio. Most of our lives are made from those moments. That's why as a man you must always have the time to just sit and reflect. It doesn't matter whether in the bathroom shower or pachimtengo.
The man is nothing.
It doesn't matter. Because by nature, men are mental laborers. That's why the number of people who are mad in the facilities where they take is men. Because most of our brains are active over 72 hours. From the moment you're born until you're dead, actually. So, sorting out issues in a marriage requires patience. It requires reasoning. Ine Nakaros, we've never had a heated confrontation that has ever had our voices risen. No matter how tense the environment is, we are always very, very calm when we're sorting out issues. You know what that does to you? You don't get to overreact. So, for example, Ashti, I did like how you spoke to me in the afternoon. Okay? If she wants, she can start. These are two different ways of approaching a matter. And because men don't love their egos to be bruised, then I'm going to say, so my come by so. Already, instead of approaching or addressing the problem, people are judging themselves on how they are talking to each other. You understand? So, we resolve issues differently. We resolve them. When they find peace in yelling, I'm from a house where my mother spoke. If she has things to say, she's going to talk until things are done. You know what I mean? I'm talking about yelling. So it gives me a contrast of how human beings are, women especially. So others resort to yelling, others resort to keeping quiet, others resort to calmly addressing the issue. So even in marriage, there's no specific way, but always try as much as possible to not yell at each other, because in yelling, people eventually get to say very offensive stuff that affects the relationship that you have. You get to say things that you were not supposed to say because you're upset. Why? Because you've been harboring a lot of different things in your head, in your heart. Yeah? Does that answer the question?
Inininga yangi nati but to the married, at question ya yangi one, we are clear? Okay, thank you so much. So we are aware you said you have relations somewhere. Okay, maybe let me ask this one question, and then we allow few questions from the audience. Okay, so talking about social media. Nowadays, it's a trend that whenever I enter into a relationship, I have to post my partner for whatever reasons. Maybe I was broken and then I want that person who broke my heart to see that I'm moving on into another relationship. That's one of the reasons. Okay? So, because I want people to say, I'm also in a relationship, you see? Even though you dumped me, you thought I was finished, you thought this and that. And so people decide to post each other on social media like that. To the married, we have no problem with that. Yes, they will post themselves, you post yourself, Timaona, no, I've bought Carol this, Carol that. To the married, it's okay. But I just want an advice to ask the young who are not yet married. Is it a good thing to post your relationship on social media? Because what I believe is that we enter into a relationship of God, as you said, for different reasons. And then now we say, okay, if I enter into this relationship, I will post. Then if Vikasila Futi, I will post another one. Vikasila, I will post another one. Yes, people do that. So, an advice to the young people. Is it a good thing?
Okay. I am the very culprit of posting every girl I've ever dated. Every relationship deserves its chance. Every human being deserves their own chance. Do not put rules to your lives that do not make you happy. Posting a partner is not an ultimate solution that you're going to spend the rest of your life with them. But do they deserve it? Yes. Right? Does it make you happy? Yes. Does it make you happy? No. So if it doesn't make you happy, there are a lot of happy relationships that are off social media. And there are a lot of successful marriages and relationships that are on social media. It borders down or trickles down to what we are as human beings. What are our intentions? Do we intend on showing our partner to the world? I can post Carol today. But if I don't love her, that amounts to nothing. All of you here can say you have a happy marriage and happy relationship as long as is it whenever don't want things to wait or don't have the love for each other. All of that is vanity. Okay? So everything just goes down to you, the two of you. That's why when after the wedding, everyone goes. It's just like a funeral. Makabari na cheba nkuboza na bonse bajerezo paka maplechi, chani, mangena mabonse back to their life. And then maliwasa la mani ya mwayazo. But makati waiting for reception, by now that's when you realize that we spent 50 pin on our wedding. Then taukana castle on TV. You know what I mean? That's when the reality kicks in. So I may post my partner, but as long as we don't have the love, all of that is useless. All of that is nonsense. Why? Because you are not in a relationship for people. Otherwise, a lot of us would have been impregnating people if it were for people. You know what I mean? Because now we can pass you. I can't check now and nobody my sister much. You find that the whole change. And then you want to want to pass out. Pass out. You understand? But if it's about making sure that you can live in harmony with yourself and your partner, and if both of you agree, Carol does not like me to post it. By the way. Because they're not full enough of it. Don't post it. Because it protects you from quite a number of things actually. There are a lot of women out there that would want to, because I'm on social media, and we take advantage of this. It's an advantage to those that don't post their wives, because you can have multiple, you know. You know what I mean? But for some of us that want to live earnestly, we post. There are others that post and still cheat. So it's not a measure of how much you love an individual. Posting them or not posting them does not equal to anything, like I said.
So posting each other does not even guarantee marriage.
No, not at all. No post up of an Yeah, the good thing is that even up to now, I post them and my ex-girlfriend. You guys follow me. Now I post up on my neighbor about that. So.
From there, we'll start taking things serious.
There's one thing you need to know. This year, going forward, is not a year of assumptions. You cannot assume your partner loves you. Get the assurance. Let's remind each other, I love you. Every single day, every single morning. You see what that does to us? It's like a kid. It plays on his or her psychology. They are going to grow up believing that we're Nanzet. That's how human beings are designed. All of us. Imagine one day you just walk in church and anywhere in church, your partner stops you and says, hey, I love you so much. You know what that does? It makes you pause and think about what they've done. So the assurance you're getting from them, even if I love you. And it's evident. You know what I mean? Yeah, so in any more posita, so no one knows that.
That's what I wanted to ask actually, to say how well does it sit with her? You posting the exes and then she's fully aware that they were once your girlfriend.
Hey, commander.
It sits well with us.
Mira, commander. Yapusana ma marriage na relation ile yanga ile munga ni relationship. Tima ibana kore ibana batina bana. 2 days ago we forgot our daughter. Tinamtenga kuma 19 to school. It's not a joke. It's serious. And apaso walikuliwa mbuya bao. Alienda mchana chake kama apaso atunga na msia mjomba atunga. Nani naenda bwana? Why? Because we have decided that we want to live the best of our lives for ourselves. You know what I mean? So if you're going to be in a marriage or a relationship and you can't be in the same toilet with your partner, dump that guy. Break up with that woman. If there are people that can't even do. Is that what you're saying? There are people that can't even their partners. And then you call yourself the relationship? No. Someone should be able to know all your bad traits. They should be able to know all your good and bad habits. You know what I mean? When I'm going, you don't even. You always just want to address moving. No. A relationship must have its light moments. It's not throughout that we joke, it's not throughout when it's time to address serious issues, just like the Bible says, there's time for everything. Time to cry, time to mourn, time everything. That's how a relationship is. But the most important thing is you will have to continue saying yes, I do to the same thing that gives you problems, to the same thing that makes you happy, to the same thing that makes you depressed, to the same thing that makes you think like you're not human or man or woman enough. To the same thing, you have to continue accepting. It's not a yes, I do is not a one-time commitment. And forever is a long time.
Forever is a long time for sure. Okay, so any concluding remarks before we finally get done with everything? Any concluding remarks, very brief?
Ziko Mungu abantu bamulo.
Okay. I didn't expect that anyway. Okay, thank you so much. I think it's because I said brief and you were briefing now. So thank you so much for coming. We are very much humbled that you honored our request because we, of course, tried different people here and there, but they couldn't make it. But so we do not take it for granted that you managed to come through despite you having other programs. And for this, we say thank you so much. Shall we just put our hands together for our guests? One more time.